I understand from a user experience standpoint how you're thinking about it from being a helpful assistant that's weaved in and stuff like that. Now, my question is like, take a step back, just on what we're seeing in the market today with ever since ChatGPT came about. Are we trying to, is it one of the two? One is we see a great opportunity to improve the way people work, communicate, and do more with their time, mainly time and outcomes, if you will. So we're just, and generative AI just became a great tool to go do that, right? And then you're enabling that as a thing. Option two is there is a lot of noise on the market. There's a lot of FOMO across everywhere happening, including the large technology vendors. Is it just another, value accrual play to actually just, are people really going to benefit from it? And then I'm not just specifically asking about Salesforce, but are we whitewashing generative AI across the landscape?
I want to say no. I want to say that I believe this version of AI is a fundamental shift in the way we do work, in the way we learn, in the way we engage with the world. And I wouldn't have said that about a lot of different technologies in the past. If you think about a word processing software, that helped, right? It made writing a book a little bit easier than with a typewriter, but it didn't fundamentally change the work of writing a book, right? You still sat down, you still typed words, whether that was into a typewriter or with the ability to cut and paste text from one section to another. It was still the same basic function, right? AI is more radically changing the very nature of that work itself, right? If we go back to that example of writing a book, now the ability to generate an outline, fix the blank page problem. If I don't know where to start, what's the idea in my head and what can the AI spit out to get me started? I think it's a total game changer. And I don't even think we've started to see the impacts or the potential. Of course, there are risks that I spend my days and nights thinking about, but at the core, I'm really bullish on the potential for AI to shift our work, our knowledge, our society, our educational systems in really mind-blowing ways.
No, and the question was not, I'm a huge techno optimist and I do see the same point of view that you're seeing it, right? For sure. This fundamentally changes things because the way you interact with content, the way you interact with creativity has changed, right? It kind of provides you a step function, everybody. And then the fact that it's now accessible to everybody and it's not just the echelons of a few folks. And access may come in the form of being able to talk to things in natural language rather than having to learn how to code in Python, right? Being able to not having to boot up and set up an entire infrastructure to run models that has to be inference to actually get output, where you have this as an API. So there's a lot of that thing that really comes in.